Internet mic check 1 2. Internet mic check 1 2.
Never guess the places that I've been. You never guess the places that I've been. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. I'm never gonna let the day begin. Never gonna let the day begin. Everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, and I'll just make this bed my home. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Better from above. Nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of. Oh, don't you go, 'cause I can't face this day alone. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams.
So excited to have you join us for another incredible year of competition, camaraderie, and celebration. We are proud to share that for yet another year in a row, we've broken our record for the number of entries in this show, and this remarkable achievement speaks volumes about the dedication, passion, and commitment of our exhibitors, their families, and our entire cattle community. This year is especially meaningful as we celebrate 15 years of the Olds Fall Classic, and over the past decade and a half, this show has grown into one of Western Canada's premier cattle events, and wouldn't have been possible without the support of our sponsors, volunteers, and of course, our outstanding exhibitors. On behalf of the Olds Regional Exhibition, we extend our deepest gratitude to everyone who has made this event what it is today, and to all our exhibitors, we wish you the very best of luck and a successful show. Thank you for being part of this milestone year, and let's make the 15th annual Olds Fall Classic the best one yet. And so, if I'm not mistaken, we are just about ready to begin our main event of the day, which is our Angus show. And so we will now begin with our Red Angus show with the Junior Heifer Calf. In first is our one entry for this class, entry 600, Red Copper LC Lady Bug 54054N, exhibited by Copper LC Red Angus. And so this is our one and only entry in the Red Angus Junior Heifer Calf division. And so for our judge, the class is complete.
Morning, Angus breeders. Just a single entry in our first class, March-born female, long-sided, and we're going to get some more competition here right away.
Thank you, Judge Brent Stewart. And so our grand champion Red Angus Junior Heifer Calf is entry 600, Red Copper LC Ladybug 54N, exhibited by Copper LC Red Angus. And now we move into our Red Angus Intermediate Heifer Calf Division. In first is entry 602, Red 6 Mile Cheddar 144N, exhibited by 6 Mile Ranch. Next in is entry 603, Red Copper LC Rena 71N, exhibited by Copper LC Red Angus. Following that is entry 601, Red 6 Mile Miss Fredo 78N from 6 Mile Ranch. Entry 605, Red Harvey Crest Miss Fredo 5130N, exhibited by Harvey Crest Cattle Company. And entry 604, Red Shiloh Lady 75N, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. We have 5 entries in this Red Angus Intermediate Heifer Calf Division, and so for Judge Brent Stewart, our class is complete. And so let us introduce our judge for today's show and throughout all of our shows here at Olds Fall Classic, other than the jackpot show last night. Brent Stewart has truly lived a lifetime in the cattle business. Raised on a cattle farm in Russell, Manitoba, he showed his first cow-calf pair with his dad over 60 years ago and has been dedicated to breeding, raising, and showing cattle ever since. In 1983, Brent and his wife Dale, along with their daughter Kelsey, established Stewart Cattle Co. Over the decades, they became fierce competitors, showcasing cattle across Canada and the U.S., with highlights that included winning the prestigious Calgary Stampede Steer Show 5 times. Brent judged his very first show at just 16 years old and has since officiated at some of the most prestigious shows in North America. As a breeder, he was known for his emphasis on structural soundness, particularly in feet and udders, and while managing a herd of Black and Angus, Simmental, and commercial females until the Stewart Cattle Company dispersal in 2020. Now retired, Brent enjoys life on the road, visiting his Alberta grandchildren, but his legacy in the cattle industry remains as strong as ever. So let's give a warm welcome to Brent Stewart, our judge for all of our shows this weekend. Now comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Nice set of calves to come in the ring here. Started off with the most complete female, structurally sound, a nice stout hind leg on her. That's where I'm going to maybe fault my long-sided, attractive heifer. Just like to see a little better hind leg on both these two. The heifer in fourth, totally different type and kind, but a good individual in her own right. And the one on that we're ending up with, just not enough heifer there to compete with ones above them.
And so your champion intermediate Red Angus heifer calf is going to be entry 604, Red Shiloh Lady, 75N from Shiloh Cattle Company. Second, your reserve champion will be entry 602, Red 6 Mile Cheddar, 144N from 6 Mile Ranch. Third in class was entry 601, Red 6 Mile Miss Fredo, 78N. Fourth in class was entry 605, Red Harvey Crest Miss Fredo, 5130N from Harvey Crest Cattle Company. And fifth in class was 603, Red Copper LC Arena, 71N from Copper LC Red Angus. So we will see those top two champions back for our Red Angus Championship drive, but we'll now be ready to move into our senior heifer calf. Just the one class here, but it's going to be a big one for our senior heifer calf championship. So first in for our senior heifer calf class here is entry 614, Red YY Diamond Mist, 501N, exhibited by Chickadee Farm. Entry 606 will be a scratch today. Following that is entry 607, Red 6 Mile Marta, 31N from 6 Mile Ranch. Following her is entry 608, Red CS Lola, 11N from CS Ranching. Next in is entry 609, Red Shiloh Rosette, 27N from Shiloh Cattle Company. Then entry 611, Red Pyro Melty, 580N from Pyro Red Angus. Next is entry 612, Red Terron Renee, 43N from Terron Farms. Next up is going to be an added entry here, entry 675, Red DTA Lacima, 4N from Arts and Angus. We also have in this class entry 610, Red Pyro Brandina, 517N from Pyro Red Angus. And entry 613, Red Duralta 9K, B-Line 3N from CS Ranching. So for Judge Brent Stewart, your senior heifer calf championship for the Red Angus division is complete. I'd like to take the time to thank Becky Page and Kim Pohl for being our excellent ring staff for today. They're going to put in a lot of miles in today's Red Angus and Black Angus show, and so we thank them very much for giving their time to help out our esteemed Brent Stewart judge for this show today. We'd also like to give a huge thank you to Verified Beef Production Plus and VBP Plus for sponsoring coffee and donuts on Saturday and Sunday morning. VBP Plus provides producers with the tools to prove to consumers, retailers, and the industry that their operations meet the highest standards for food safety, animal care, environmental stewardship, and social responsibility. Be sure to stop by and visit with Kale to learn more about VBP Plus and how producers can access their grant funding program. Comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Another nice set of Red Angus females. Going to start with a very attractive heifer up front, long-sided, presents herself really nice. Got a good set of feet and legs on her. Second place heifer follows her in type and pattern, but a heifer that's got a lot of rib to her as well. Third place heifer, again, very, very nice kind of a female, just giving up a tick of size and power to compete with them too. Fourth place heifer, again, just like to maybe give her a little better hoof quality on that female, but attractive from the side. On down the line, we've got some heifers that maybe just aren't stout enough to compete with the ones above them. The two heifers on the bottom, again, just giving up some overall power to compete with heifers ahead of them.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. And so your grand champion senior heifer calf is entry 612, Red Terron Renee, 43N from Terron Farms. The reserve champion is entry 613, Red Duralta, 9K Beeline, 3N from CS Ranching. Third in class was entry 609, Red Shiloh Rosette, 27N from Shiloh Cattle Company. Fourth, entry 607, Red 6 Mile Marta, 31N from 6 Mile Ranch. Fifth in class was entry 611, Red Pyro Milty 580N from Pyro Red Angus. Sixth in class was entry 614, Red YY Diamond Mist 501N from Chickadee Farm. Seventh in class was entry 610, Red Pyro Brandinas 517N from Pyro Red Angus. Eighth in class was entry 608, Red CS Lola 11N from CS Ranching. And ninth in class was entry 675, Red DTA Lacima 4N from Arts and Angus. We're now into our Red Angus Intermediate Yearling Heifer class. In first is going to be entry 617, Red Cinder Freya 1129N M from Cinder Angus and Tavian Yoder. And second into the class is entry 616, Red Copper LC Girly Girl 59M from Copper LC Red Angus. So these will be your champion and reserve intermediate yearling heifers, and for Judge Brent Stewart, your class is complete. We'd like to thank Trow Nutrition for sponsoring the exhibitor social that took place this past Friday night at 6 p.m. Trow Nutrition is a global leader in animal nutrition, committed to advancing animal health and sustainable farming with cutting-edge solutions and strong partnerships. Their generous support, including providing every exhibitor with a complimentary bag of feed, makes events like this possible and helps our exhibitors succeed. So big thank you to Trow Nutrition for sponsoring our show today, and now we'll have comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Relatively easy class for me to sort out here, only two, but a heifer that's winning, I think she wins it pretty handily. Female that's got a lot of depth of rib, walks out nice, going to make a nice coming 2-year-old. Just kind of overpowers our second place heifer, but she's a nice individual in her own right as well.
So your grand champion intermediate yearling heifer is going to be entry 617, Red Cinder Freya 1129M from Tavian Yoder and Cinder Angus. Second in class is and the reserve champion will be entry 616, Red Copper LC Girly Girl 59M from Copper LC Red Angus. We now move into our Red Angus Senior Yearling Heifer class here. First in is entry 621, Red Rich Firefly 141M, exhibited by Lexi Dietrich and Dietrich Farms. Next in is entry 619, Red Copper LC Eclipse 49M, exhibited by Copper LC Red Angus. Following her is entry 620, Red Shiloh Dinah 48M from Shiloh Cattle Company. Next is entry 624, Red CS Selma 6M from CS Ranching. And finally, entry 623, Red Sprucefield May JNF 10M from Peterson Livestock. So this is your Red Angus Senior Yearling Heifer Championship. And we'd like to extend our appreciation to GWB Enterprises Limited for generously sponsoring the judges at this year's Fall Classic. Their dedication to supporting agriculture and their commitment to excellence make them a value partner in the livestock community.
Lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love.
Our comments from Judge
Every
Brent
day is
Stewart.
like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of.
Starting off the class here with a big, powerful female, long-sided, nice up through her front end, walks out very good on a good set of feet and legs. Second place heifer, she kind of wows you when she first come out here, but she's maybe not just as long-bodied and not near as feminine up through that front end as our top heifer, but real nice heifer as well. Third place heifer again, maybe just rolling a tad on the front feet for me today, and the two heifers are ending up with just a little plainer in their type and pattern to compete with the top 3. Nice set of bred heifers.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. So your grand champion senior yearling heifer in the Red Angus division is entry 624, Red CS Selma 6M from CS Ranching. Second in class entry 621, Red Rich Firefly 141M from Lexi Dietrich and Red Rich Farms. That will be your reserve champion. We'll see those two back for champion female. Third in class is entry 620, Red Shiloh Dinah 48M from Shiloh Cattle Company. Fourth in class is entry 623, Red Sweetfield May ANF 10M from Peterson Livestock. And fifth in class is entry 619, Red Copper LC Eclipse 49M from Copper LC Red Angus. We now move into our Red Angus 2-year-old cow-calf class, and we'll have the one entry in this class, entry 625, Red Diamond T Lakota 237N with calf inside Red Diamond T Lakota 25144 from Diamond T Land and Livestock. So this is the one entry into the Red Angus 2-year-old cow-calf class. Judge Brett Stewart, your class is complete. And now comments from our judge, Brent Stewart.
Very nice 2-year-old that could certainly stand some more competition, and I believe she likely will on down the road. But a nice 2-year-old, beautiful udder, good-footed, and doing a nice job on her heifer calf.
So your grand champion 2-year-old Red Angus cow is entry 625, Red Diamond T Lakota 237N, with calf inside Red Diamond T Lakota 25144, exhibited by Diamond T Land and Livestock. And just for our previous winners in the past divisions, if you would like to come up just over by the announcer stand to grab your banner if you didn't get it in your class, it'll be available just to my left here up over by the bar. With that, we move into our Red Angus mature cow-calf class. In first is entry 626, Red Wilbar Bayberry 31K, with calf inside Red Wilbar Bayberry 420N, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company. Next is entry 627, Red 6 Mile Miss Minerva 667J, with calf inside Red CS Mr. Watonka 1N from CS Ranching. Then entry 628, Red Terron 6 Mile Misty 131H, with calf inside Red Terron 6 Mile Lineman 75N, exhibited by Terron Farms and 6 Mile Ranch. So we've got 3 mature cow-calf pairs here for our mature cow-calf championship, and Judge Brent Stewart, your class is complete. We'd like to send a sincere thank you to DLMS, or Direct Livestock Marketing Systems, for sponsoring the show and providing live broadcasting, making the Old Fall Classic available to watch online. continued support helps share this incredible event with audiences across Canada and beyond. Six, Red Wilbar Bayberry 31K with Gaffett side Red Wilbar Bayberry 420N, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company. Second in class and your reserve champion will be entry 627, Red 6 Mile Miss Minerva 67J, exhibited and calf with Red CS Mr. Watonka 1N, exhibited by CS Ranching. And third in class was entry 628, Red Terron 6 Mile Misty 131H, with calf at side Red Terron 6 Mile Lineman 75N, exhibited by Terron Farms and 6 Mile Ranch. So we'll just wait for the championship to get all set up here. We want to thank Olds Future Ag Equipment, the official equipment sponsor of the Olds Regional Exhibition. Their support makes it possible for us to set up and run events like the Olds Fall Classic. Be sure to check out Future Ag for all of your equipment needs. And so it's now time for the Red Angus Champion Female class. In first is your Junior Heifer Calf Champion, entry 600, Red Copper LC Ladybug 54N, exhibited by Copper LC Red Angus. Then your Intermediate Heifer Calf Champion, entry 604, Red Shiloh Lady 75N, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. Your Reserve Intermediate Heifer Calf, entry 602. Next in is going to be your Champion Senior Heifer Calf, entry 612, Red Terron Renee 43N from Terron Farms. Following her is your Champion Intermediate Yearling Heifer, entry 617, Red Cinder Freya 1129M from Cinder Angus and Tavian Yoder. And then your Champion Senior Yearling Heifer, entry 624, Red CS Selma 6M from CS Ranching. And then your Champion 2-year-old Cow Calf, entry 625, Red Diamond T Lakota 237N, Calf inside Red Diamond T Lakota 25144 from Diamond T Land and Livestock. And your Champion Mature Cow, entry 626, Red Wilbar Bayberry 31K from Calf inside Red Wilbar Bayberry 420N, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company. And then your Reserve Champions, your Reserve Intermediate Heifer Calf, entry 602, Red 6 Mile Cheddar 144N from 6 Mile Ranch. Reserve Senior Heifer Calf, entry 613, Red Duralta 9K Beeline 3N from CS Ranching. The Reserve Intermediate Heifer Calf, Intermediate Yearling Heifers, entry 616, Red Copper LC Girly Girl 59M from Copper LC Red Angus. Then your Reserve Champion. And then your Reserve Champion Mature Cow Calf, entry 627, Red 6 Mile Miss Minerva 667J with calf at side Red CS Mr. Watonka 1N from CS Ranching. This is your Red Angus Grand Champion Female Drive. We'd like to take the time to thank our champion banner sponsors, Davis Reardon Embryo Transplants. Thank you to them for sponsoring the champion female banners. As leading provider of reproductive technologies and embryo transfer services, their commitment to innovation and genetic advancement continues to elevate the livestock industry. We'd also like to thank Wild Rose Reproductive Services for sponsoring the Reserve Champion female banners. Their expertise in advanced cattle breeding technologies, including artificial insemination and embryo transfer, plays a crucial role in supporting herd genetics and producer success. And now comments on your champion Red Angus female drive, Judge Brent Stewart.
Really nice set of Red Angus females out here. Relatively easy for me. I'm just going to go and pick the two that I would like to own and make some calves out of them and carry on. A real nice set. Congratulations to you all.
And so your grand champion is the Mature Cow Calf. Entry 626, Red Wilbar Bayberry 31K with calf at side Red Wilbar Bayberry 420N from Wilbar Cattle Company. And your reserve champion is the grand champion 2-year-old, entry 625, Red Diamond T Lakota 237N with calf at side Red Diamond T Lakota 25144 from Diamond T Land and Livestock. And so I think we're going to take a quick picture break to get our champions pictured with our judge, and then we'll be back for the Black Angus females. It's time now for our Black Angus division. In first is entry 100, Traber Lassie with Traber Lassie 644N, exhibited by Traber Farms. So this will be your one entry into the junior heifer calf division here of the Black Angus show. And so, Judge Brent Stewart, your class is complete. We'll also take this time to quickly thank our additional Angus show sponsors for today's show. Those include Diamond T Land and Livestock, Loron Red Angus, JWT Custom Hats, and Riverside Angus. So thank you to those breeders for helping sponsor our Angus show today. And so your champion junior heifer calf is going to be entry 100, Traber Lassie 644N from Traber Farms. So we'll see her back for our Black Angus Female Championship. And so now we're looking for our Black Angus Intermediate Heifer calves. Now entering into the ring is our intermediate heifer calves in the Black Angus division. First in is entry 101, Traber Susie 55N from Traber Farms. Then entry 103, PF Black Lass 16N from Peschel Farms. Entry 104, Redrich Classified 1N from Lexi Dietrich and Redrich Farms. Entry 105, Freeway Savannah 78N from Arda Farms. And finally, entry 0, Freeway Savannah 70. Oh, scratch entry 0. So we're going to have 4 entries into this class. And Judge Brent Stewart, your intermediate heifer calf class is complete.
Nice, attractive female winning the class here. Heads up heifer. Got a lot of middle third to her down in her rib cage. A heifer that walks out nice. Second place heifer follows her as close as possible in type and pattern. Just giving up a little bit of overall thickness to compete with the top one. Third place heifer just a little off from her hooks to her pins. Just narrows up a little bit there for me. And the heifer on the end of the class, just giving up a little bit of eye appeal thickness to compete with the 3 above them.
And so your champion intermediate heifer calf is going to be entry 103 PF Blackglass 16N from Peachel Farms. Your reserve champion will be entry 105 Freeway Savannah 78N from Arda Farms. Third in class entry 104 Red Rich Classified 1N from Lexi Dietrich and Red Rich Farms. And fourth into the class was entry 101 Traber Susie 55N from Traber Farms. We now move into our senior heifer calf division of the Black Angus show. First in is entry 106, Rocky's Rosebud 11N from Rocky's R Ranch Limited. Next in is entry 107, Rocky's Evening Tinge 8N from Rocky's R Ranch. Following that is entry 108, Terron Airline 68N from Terron Farms. Then entry 109, WBC Chloe 27N from Westbrook Ventures. Then entry 110, Freeway Pride 16N from Arda Farms. Then entry 114, Triangle K Erica 11N from Triangle K Semental and Angus. And then finally, entry 678, DTA Erica 13N. This is an added entry from Arts and Angus. like to extend a thank you to our photographer Tia from 7D Media, and thank you for capturing the moments that make the Fall Classic so memorable. From candid behind-the-scenes shots to the champions in the ring, your work ensures these memories are preserved for exhibitors, families, and our community to enjoy for years to come. And just another reminder that the silent auction is still going on beside the show office. There are plenty of amazing prizes up for grabs, generously donated by some of our fantastic exhibitors. Don't miss your chance to bid. The auction closes tomorrow at Sunday at noon. So there's a potato basket, an Olds Fall Classic hoodie, custom embroidered hats, the show cattle display, and some animals from Peachel Farms, custom embroidered windbreakers, some baking, and tabletop popcorn maker. So thank you to Westbrook Ventures, ORE, Cowgirl Creative, Peachel Farms, the Krugers, and the Shorthorn Association for the sponsoring of all of those silent auction items. Comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Some power heifer calves in this class on down the line. I'm going to start off, in my mind, the most complete heifer. Heifer very long-sided, got a lot of depth of body to her. Walks out nice on a nice set of feet and legs. Second place heifer, maybe just giving up a tick of that middle third to the one above her, but a very nice female in her own right. Third place heifer just gives away a little bit behind her shoulder. Needs a little more springer rib there, but a very nice individual too. On down the line, the next four heifers just giving up a little bit of capacity through their middle to compete with the top three. Nice set of black heifer calves.
And so your champion senior heifer calf is entry 109, WBC Chloe 27N from Westbrook Ventures. Second in class is entry 108, Terron Aeroline 68N from Terron Farms. That's your reserve champion, and we'll see them back for our championship. Third in class is entry 114, Triangle K Erica 11N from Triangle K Simmentals and Angus. Fourth in class is entry 110, Freeway Pride 16N from Arta Farms. Fifth in class was entry 106, Rocky's Rosebud 11N from Rocky's R Ranch Limited. Sixth in class was that added entry 678, DTA Erica 13N from Arts and Angus. And seventh in class was entry 107, Rocky's Evening Tinge 8N from Rocky's R Ranch Limited. So we now move into the Black Angus Spring Yearling Heifer Division. First in is entry 116, BK Made For It from Maple View Livestock. Second in is entry 117, DMM Leah 176M, exhibited by Miller Wilson Angus and Joss Pittman. So just two heifers in this spring yearling heifer class, and so Judge Brent Stewart, your class is complete.
nice broody female winning the class here, a heifer that's got a lot of thickness and capacity to her. Second place heifer, attractive heifer when she's standing, but when she's walking, she's a little bit restricted in her movement, but two nice heifers again.
So your champion spring yearling heifer is entry 117, DMM Leah 176M, exhibited by Don and Miller Wilson Angus, as well as Joss Pittman. And second in class is entry 116, BK Made For It from Mapleview Livestock. Next up, we've got our Black Angus Junior Yearling Heifer Division. In first is going to be entry 118, Brooking Beauty 4200 from Wilbar Cattle Company. And entry 120, Triber Erica 831M from Triber Farms. And now comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
First place heifer here just kind of overpowers our second place heifer a little nicer up through her front end, got a little more capacity to her. Third place heifer maybe just not the same hoof quality as our heifer that's winning the class.
And so your champion, Junior Yearling Heifer, is entry 118, Brooking Beauty 4200 from Wilbar Cattle Company. Second, and your reserve champion is entry 120, Triber Erica 831M from Triber Farms. now move into the intermediate yearling heifer division of the Black Angus show. First in is entry 121, PJH Miss Abigail 2M, exhibited by Flying D Ranch. Next in is entry 122, J. Mirandy Peg 426M, exhibited by J. Mirandy Livestock. Following her is entry 123, Shiloh Blackbird 102M, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. Next in is entry 124, Greenwood Miss Essex 69M, exhibited by Bar Down Livestock. Following her is entry 125, PF Echo RLP 19M, exhibited by Peachel Farms and Southern Comfort Angus. Entry 127, Rockies Fade 10M, exhibited by Rockies R Ranch Limited. So this is your intermediate yearling Black Angus drive.
a lot of different types and patterns of females in this class. I'm going to go with a heifer that's, in my mind, the most ideal Angus female in the class. A heifer that's not overfed for the show, but adequate. A heifer that walks out nice, got some middle to her. Second place heifer, again, real nice, attractive heifer. Maybe just not near as neat and tidy up through her front end, and maybe just getting on the edge of being overfed. That's my deal with the third place. Real deep-bodied female, but maybe just getting a little too full for a bred female in my mind. On down the line, we got some heifers just giving up some structure problems to compete with the top three.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. So our champion intermediate yearling heifer is entry 123, Shiloh Blackbird 102M, exhibited by Shiloh Cattle Company. Second class is entry 121, PJH Miss Abigail 2M, exhibited by Kate Hagel and Flying D Ranch. Third class is entry 125, PF Echo RLP 19M, exhibited by Peachel Farms and Southern Comfort Angus. Fourth class is entry 127, Rocky's Bay 10M, exhibited by Rocky's R Ranch Limited. Fifth in class is entry 122, J. Mirandi Peg 426M, exhibited by J. Mirandi Livestock. And sixth in class is entry 124, Greenwood Miss Essence 69M from Bar Down Livestock. And now we move into the Black Angus Senior Yearling Heifer class. First in is entry 128, Rust Beauty 4422, exhibited by Canadian Sires and Donors and ZWT Ranch. Next in is entry 129, Rocky's Evening Tinge 1M from Rocky's R Ranch Limited. Following that is entry 130, Little Valley Mage 410 from Bar 17 Little Valley Livestock. Following that is entry 131, Terron Jaybird 64M from Terron Farms. Next is entry 132, Shiloh Annie K 40M from Shiloh Cattle Company. Next is entry 133, RF Beauty 470 from Rancier Farms. And finally, an added entry, entry 677, DTA Pride 4M, exhibited by Arts and Angus. And now comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Three very interesting females, the top end of this class. Heifer I'm going to start with. I think she's maybe a little fresher than second and third place heifer. A heifer that is nice in her structure. Second place heifer, again, maybe just not as neat and tidy up through that front end. Maybe gives away a little bit in her hind leg structure. Third place heifer is a bit of a problem heifer for me, really attractive, walks out nice. I just like to give her a little more springer rib and maybe make her a little fuller from hooks to pins to compete with the top two, but three very nice individuals. Just comes down to personal preference. Whatever one you want to use would be great. The other females in the class just giving up a little bit of overall power in their makeup and skeleton structure to compete with the top three. Very nice class of females.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. So first place is entry 131, Terron Jaybird 64M from Terron Farms. That's also your champion. Your reserve champion is going to be entry 133, RF Beauty 470 from Rancier Farms. Third in class is entry 128, Rust Beauty 4422 from Canadian Sires and Donors and ZWT Ranch. Fourth in class is entry 132, Shiloh Annie K 40M from Shiloh Cattle Company. Fifth in class was entry 129, Rockies Evening Tinge 1M from Rockies R Ranch Limited. Sixth in class was entry 130, Little Valley Mage 410 from Bar 17, Little Valley Livestock. And seventh in class was entry 677, DTA Pride 4M from Arts and Angus. We now move into our Black Angus 2-year-old class. First in is entry 134, RLF Tibby 303L with calf at side Jacobson Early Arrival 502N, exhibited by Jacobson Cattle and Keegan Jacobson. Next in is entry 135, DMM Blackbird 44L with calf at side DMM Blackbird 90N, exhibited by Miller Wilson Angus. And then next in is entry 136, DMM Blackbird 24L with calf at side DMM Missouri River 8N, exhibited by Miller Wilson Angus and Colt Jacobs. So we got three pairs here for our 2-year-old championship, and Judge Stewart, your class is complete. The Olds Fall Classic is proud to offer exhibitors an incredible opportunity to showcase their cattle on one of the largest stages in the industry. All breed champions from the Olds Fall Classic will qualify for the Agribition Beef Supreme, presented by CN, held during Canadian Western Agribition this November in Regina, Saskatchewan. This prestigious event brings together the very best genetics from across Canada and beyond, highlighting the excellence, hard work, and dedication of cattle producers. The Olds Regional Exhibition extends heartfelt congratulations to all of the champions declared here at the Olds Fall Classic. We wish each of you the very best of luck as you go on to represent our show at Agribition. Also, every champion at the Olds Fall Classic will also have the chance to qualify for an even bigger Farm Fair International Supreme show. If you win here, you can earn your spot to go to the International Supreme, and the Farm Fair Supreme is recognized as the richest and most prestigious cattle competition in Canada, bringing together the very best champions from across the country. Supreme and breed champions from Barhead Beef Bash, Olds Fall Classic, and Lloydminster Stockade Roundup will all go head-to-head at Farm Fair International this November. With over $110,000 in prize money on the line, this is truly where only the best compete. Mark your calendars November 5th to 8th for 2025 for the Farm Fair International Supreme Show in Edmonton, Alberta. So give it your all here at Olds Fall Classic, because your next stop could be the Supreme stage at Farm Fair International. And it looks like we're ready for comments on our Black Angus 2-year-olds. Here's Judge Brent Stewart.
Nice set of Angus females out here. Ideal udders on every one of them. In my mind, I'm going to go with a pair that's got the power bull calf on her. A real nice pair. They go together quite well. Second place, again, just maybe giving up a little bit of power in the calf division, but very, very nice individuals. Third place cow, again, nice 2-year-old, big power bull calf. Maybe just not as nice in his total structure. Maybe just a little too tall, not enough depth of body to him to compete with the top two. Three nice individuals.
Sir Champion 2-year-old Black Angus cow calf is entry 136, DMM Blackbird 24L with calf at side DMM Missouri River 8N, exhibited by Miller Wilson Angus and Colt Jacobs. Second in class was entry 135, DMM Blackbird 44L with calf at side DMM Blackbird 90N, with exhibited by Miller Wilson Angus. And third in class was entry 134, RLF Tibby 303L, exhibited by Jacobson Cattle and Keegan Jacobson. you are a previous division champion, at your earliest convenience, head over to our table to the left here of the announcer stand and grab up your banners that you won if you had been champion or reserve throughout the day. We'd like to thank Davis Reardon Embryo Transplants for being our sponsor for our champion female banners, as well as Wild Rose Reproductive Services for being our champions of our reserve champion female banners. And now we move into our Black Angus Female Championship drive. First in is our champion junior heifer calf, entry 100, Traber Lassie 644N from Traber Farms. Then our champion intermediate heifer calf, entry 103, PF Black Lass 16N from Peachel Farms. Next is entry 109, our champion senior heifer calf, WBC Chloe 27N from Westbrook Ventures. Next is our champion Black Angus Spring Yearling Heifer, entry 117, DMM Leah 176M from Miller Wilson Angus and Joss Pittman. Then we have our champion Junior Yearling Heifer, entry number 118, Brooking Beauty 4200 from Wilbar Cattle Company. Then we have our champion Black Angus Intermediate Yearling Heifer, entry 123, Shiloh Blackbird 102M from Shiloh Cattle Company. Then we have our champion Black Angus Senior Yearling Heifer, entry 131, Terron Jaybird 64M from Terron Farms. And then our champion 2-year-old, entry 136, DMM Blackbird 24L from Miller Wilson Angus and Colt Jacobs. And then we bring in our reserve champion intermediate heifer calf, entry 105, Freeway Savannah 78N from Arda Farms. Then our reserve Black Angus senior yearling heifer, senior heifer calf, entry 108, Terron Aeroline 68N from Terron Farms. Then our reserve Black Angus Spring Yearling Heifer, entry 116, BK Made For It from Mapleview Livestock. Then our reserve champion Junior Yearling Heifer, entry 120, Traber Erica 831M from Traber Farms. And then our reserve champion Black Angus Intermediate Yearling Heifer, PJH Miss Abigail 2M from Payne Hagel. And then our reserve champion senior yearling heifer, entry 133, RF Beauty 470 from Rancier Farms. And finally, our reserve champion 2-year-old, entry 135, DMM Blackbird 44L from Miller Wilson Angus. This is your reserve champion 2-year-old, and so that is a fantastic looking group of Black Angus females, and so this is your championship, grand champion female class for the Black Angus division. And now comments on the Grand Championship drive, Judge Brent Stewart.
What a nice set of Black Angus females. Sure don't expect everybody to agree with me, but I'm just going to go and grab the two that, again, that I would take home and make into great producers.
And so your champion, Black Angus Females, entry 136, DMM Blackbird 24L, exhibited by Miller Wilson Angus and Colt Jacobs. And your reserve champion is entry 131, Terron Jaybird 64M, exhibited by Terron Farms. And so we will take a quick break for a picture of our champion females, and then we'll be back for the Red Angus Bulls. And now we move into the Red Angus Bull division here, as we start with the Red Angus Intermediate Bull Calf class. In first is entry 631, Red Shiloh New N Refined, 92N from Shiloh Cattle Company, and Red Copper LC Sidewinder 1N from Copper LC Red Angus. That's entry 629. So only two calves in this intermediate bull calf class, and so Judge Stewart, your class is complete. And now comments from Judge Stewart.
Starting off with the most complete red bull calf here. He just kind of overpowers the guy in second, a little better in his hind leg structure. Just not behaving the best today, but he'll get him calmed down.
Your champion intermediate bull calf is entry 631, Red Shiloh New N Refined, and 92N from Shiloh Cattle Company. And reserve champion is entry 629, Red Copper LC Sidewinder 1N from Copper LC Red Angus. We now move into the Red Angus Senior Bull Calf class. In first is entry 637, Red Harvey Crest Shaggy, 5093N from Harvey Crest Cattle Company. Next in is entry 636, Red Pyro, coming in hot, 588N from Pyro Red Angus. Following that is entry 634, Red CS Mr. Watonka, 1N from CS Ranching. Then entry 633, Red Shiloh Northbound, 8N from Shiloh Cattle Company. We got 4 bulls here in the senior bull calf class, and so Judge Stewart, your class is complete. And for those of us, or for those of you who have just joined us for the bulls, I think it's time to reintroduce our judge for not only the Angus show today, but also all of our other breed shows throughout the weekend here for Olds Fall Classic, and that is Brent Stewart. Brent Stewart has truly lived a lifetime in the cattle business. Raised on a cattle farm in Russell, Manitoba, he showed his first cow-calf pair with his dad over 60 years ago and has been dedicated to breeding, raising, and showing cattle ever since. In 1983, Brent and his wife Dale, along with their daughter Kelsey, established Stewart Cattle Co. Over the decades, they became fierce competitors, showcasing cattle across Canada and the U.S., with highlights that included winning the prestigious Calgary Stampede Steer Show 5 times. Brent judged his first show at just 16 years old and has since officiated at some of the most prestigious shows in North America. And as a breeder, he was known for his emphasis on structural soundness, particularly in feet and udders, while managing a herd of Black Angus, Simmental, and commercial females until the Stewart Cattle Company dispersal in 2020. Now retired, Brent enjoys life on the road, visiting his Alberta grandchildren, but his legacy in the cattle industry remains as strong as ever. So, looks like he's ready for some comments now here on this senior bull calf class.
Starting off with a calf that's got the most shape to him all the way through from front to rear, a calf that moves out nice. Second place calf maybe just giving up a little bit of that natural thickness in his lower quarter to compete with the top one, but 2 very nice bulls. Third place bull maybe just a little underpowered for these top 2, but a bull that's good in his own right as well. The bull that's rounding up the class, maybe just like to see a little better foot structure on him to compete.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. So first, and our senior bull calf champion is going to be entry 634, Red CS Mr. Watonka, 1N from CS Ranching. Second in class is entry 637, Red Harvey Crest Shaggy, 5093N from Harvey Crest Cattle Company. Third in class is entry 633, Red Shiloh Northbound 8N from Shiloh Cattle Company. And fourth in class was entry 636, Red Pyro coming in hot, 588N from Pyro Red Angus. We now move into our yearling bulls, and this is our senior yearling bull division. First in is entry 639, Red Wilbar Stranglehold 814M, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company, Moving On Farms, and Gurney Land and Livestock. And then the second entry is entry 638, Red BMB Magnus 012M from BMB Bruin Angus. So 2 senior yearling bulls in this class, and so Judge Stewart, your class is complete. Now ready for some comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Nice complete bull that's winning the class here. Got a good set of feet on him, and he's got thickness all the way through from front to rear, carries down low in his quarter, which he kind of overwhelms our second place bull in that division, but two nice individuals.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. So your champion senior yearling bull is entry 639, Red Wilbar Stranglehold, 814M, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company, Moving On Farms, and Gurney Land and Livestock. Reserve champion is entry 638, Red B&B Magnus, 012M from B&B Bruin Angus. And now we move into our Red Angus 2-year-old bull division. In first is entry 641, Red Cinder Foolinya, 1601L from Cinder Angus. Second in is entry 642, Red Pyro Addiction, 370L from Pyro Red Angus and Royal Rock Red Angus. And finally entry 640, Red 6 Mile Showman, 87L from 6 Mile Ranch. This is your Red Angus 2-year-old division. Comments now from Judge Brent Stewart.
Again, going to start the class with the most complete bull from the ground up, a bull that's long-bodied, got enough shape to him, a bull that's, I'm sure, going to do a great breeding job. Second place bull again, maybe just not as long a bodied, but maybe giving up a little bit of Springer rib behind the shoulder. Third place bull, big stout bull, just like to change his foot structure to compete with the top two.
your champion, Red Angus 2-year-old bull, is going to be entry 640, Red 6 Mile Showman, 87L from 6 Mile Ranch. Reserve champion is entry 641, Red Cinder Foolin' Ya, 1601L from Cinder Angus. Finally, in third place was entry 642, Red Pyro Addiction, 370L from Pyro Red Angus and Royal Rock Angus. If you have a breeder's herd, please make your way up to the marshalling area as we're heading into the Red Angus Bull Championship. We want to do that right away after our Bull Championship, so make sure you're here early and are ready to go. So now we move into our Bull Championship. In first is our champion intermediate bull calf, entry 631, Red Shiloh New and Refined, 92N from Shiloh Cattle Company. Following that is our champion senior bull calf, entry 634, Red CS Mr. Watonka, 1N from CS Ranching. Next up is our first place in the senior yearling bull, our champion, entry 639, Red Wilbar Stranglehold, 814M, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company, Moving On Farms, and Gurney Land and Livestock. And finally, our champion 2-year-old bull is entry 640, Red 6 Mile Showman, 87L, exhibited by 6 Mile Ranch. Then our reserve champion intermediate bull calf was entry 629, Red Copper LC Sidewinder, 1N from Copper LC Red Angus. A reserve in the senior bull calf was entry 637, Red Harvey Crest Shaggy, 5093N from Harvey Crest Cattle Company. Reserve champion yearling bull was entry 638, Red BMB Magnus, 012M from BMB Bruin Angus. And finally, our reserve champion 2-year-old bull, entry 641, Red Cinder Foolin' Ya, 1601L from Cinder Angus. This is your Red Angus Grand Champion Bull Drive. And now comments on our Grand Champion Drive. Here is Judge Brent Stewart.
Nice set of red bulls out here. Again, it's your personal preference, and I'm going to go with this 2-year-old bull for champion. And this yearling here for reserve.
So your champion, Red Angus Bull, is entry 640, Red 6 Mile Showman, 87L from 6 Mile Ranch. Your reserve champion is entry 639, Red Wilbar Stranglehold, 814M, exhibited by Wilbar Cattle Company, Moving On Farms, and Gurney Land and Livestock. Okay, we're going to quickly do doing the herd right now. Yes, that is correct. So those with herds, make your way into the ring. So now we're welcoming in our Red Angus breeders herd. In first is going to be the herd from Copper LC Red Angus. Following them is going to be entry 644, Shiloh Cattle Company. And finally, the herd from 6 Mile Ranch. So kudos to all of these breeders for bringing a great selection of animals throughout all of the divisions here for the Red Angus breeders herd. You need to have a group of 4 animals that are all bred by the exhibitor and have both sexes represented, and they all have to be exhibited in previous classes. Also take this time to mention our premier breeder and premier exhibitor in the Red Angus division, and those winners are in the ring right now. And so your premier breeder is going to be Shiloh Cattle Company for the Red Angus division, as well as the premier exhibitor will also be Shiloh Cattle Company. So we'll get them their award here following the completion here of the herd class. I'm going to say that looks like we're going to be placing them as they stand. So your first place is going to be 6 Mile Ranch in the breeders herd. Reserve champion will be Shiloh Cattle Company, and then going to be in third place is going to be Copper LC Red Angus. And so I believe we will quickly reorganize, and we'll have one quick get of sire class, and then we will move on into the black. We'll take a quick picture break and then move on to the Black Angus bull calves. And so we have in now is our Red Angus get of sire. So we've just got the one group here from Copper LC Red Angus. And so good job to them. They will be our grand champions for the Red Angus get of sire. So we'll go and take a few pictures and then be ready for our Black Angus bulls in just a few short moments. And now we move into the Black Angus bull division now. First in, we've got in our junior bull calves, we have the one entry 137, PF Pit Boss RLP 59N from Peachel Farms. And so your champion junior bull calf is entry 137, PF Pit Boss RLP 59N from Peachel Farms. We now move into our Black Angus Intermediate Bull Calf class. First in is entry 138, Arda Grand Junction 151N from Arda Farms. Next is entry 141, Arda El Tigre 89N from Arda Farms. And finally, entry 142, PF Nostalgic RLP 15N from Peachel Farms. So this is your Black Angus Intermediate Bull Calf class. We'd like to take the time to thank our marshals back behind who have been helping us stay on time today. Chelsea Gill and Shay Hunter have been helping us out, and so thank you very much to them for all they've done throughout today. We'll also do some special thank yous to Alta Genetics for sponsoring the Champion Bull banners. Alta Genetics is a global leader in livestock genetics and reproduction technology, dedicated to enhancing performance, profitability, and the future of the cattle industry. I'd also like to thank Wild Rose Reproductive Service, Old Auction Mart, as we are grateful to Old Auction Mart and Rose Hill Auction Services for sponsoring the Reserve Champion Bull banners. With their decades of experience in livestock marketing, both companies continue to support producers across Alberta and showcase excellence in the industry. Now ready for some comments on this class.
Only 3 calves in the class, but a calf we're starting with got a little more depth of body to him. Calf that walks out real nice. Second and third calves are a lot alike in their type and pattern, maybe just giving up some of that Springer rib and overall natural thickness to compete with the top guy in this class.
Your champion intermediate bull calf is entry 142, PF Nostalgic RLP 15N from Peschel Farms. Reserve champion is entry 141, Arda El Tigre from Arda Farms. And third in class was entry 138, Arda Grand Junction 151N from Arda Farms. We now are into our senior bull calves, and for the first time today, I believe we are going to have a split in our senior bull calves. So we'll be looking for our first split here. Oh, no, you're good, you're good, you're good. Okay. So we got a few scratches here in this class. First in is going to be entry 147, Poplar Grove Big River 10N from Poplar Grove Red Angus. And the next in is entry 148, Wilbar Empire 104N from Wilbar Cattle Co. We have scratches here from number 144 and number 145 and number 146. They will not be racing with us here today.
Only 2 calves in this class, but the calf I'm starting with just kind of overpowers the second place bull in overall muscle and mass from front to rear. Bull that's got a good stout hind leg on him. Nice individual to win this class.
It's your class winner in this first split of senior bull calves, entry 148, Wilbar Empire 104N from Wilbar Cattle Company. Second in class is entry 147, Poplar Grove Big River 10N from Poplar Grove Red Angus. So now move into our second split here of senior bull calves. We'll expect those 2 calves back for our championship drive. Next in is entry 149, PF Nix RLP 6N from Peashell Farms. Entry 150 is going to be a scratch in this class. Next in is entry 151, Arda Big Iron 3N from Arda Farms. Next in is entry 152, DMM Disruption 26N from Miller Wilson Angus, and Nordal Limousin and Angus as well. Entry 153 is going to be a scratch, and entry 154, BCC Caesar 501 from Brandel Cattle Company. We'll take this time to thank all of our show sponsors again, including our special Angus show sponsors, Diamond T Land and Livestock, Loron Red Angus, JWT Custom Hats, and Riverside Angus, as well as all of our other sponsors who sponsor this show, as well as all the rest of the ones throughout this weekend. So again, a big thank you to Davis Reardon Embryo Transplants, Alta Genetics, Olds Auction Mart, and Rose Hill Auction Services, Wild Rose Reproductive Services, GWB Enterprise Limited, Innisfail Auction Mart, DLMS, Cam Clark Ford in Olds, and Olds Future Ag Equipment. as well as Cathal Simmentals. As well as thank you to VBP Plus for sponsoring our coffee and donuts that are just in the breezeway, and to Trout Nutrition for sponsoring our exhibitor social yesterday, as well as giving every exhibitor a bag of feed. And now comments from Judge Brent Stewart.
Again, I'm going to start off with a calf that's the deepest sided calf in the class. A calf that moves out well. Testicle development is nice. Second place calf, I just like to put a little stronger hind leg in him to compete with the top one. Third place bull, again, just giving up a little bit of overall springer rib and natural thickness to compete. The bull on the bottom that we're ending the class with, nice made calf, everything, maybe just a little weak in the testicles for this time of year, but 4 very nice Black Angus bulls.
So in first place in this class is entry 152, DMM Disruption 26N from Miller Wilson Angus and Nordell Limousine and Angus. Second in class is entry 154, BCC Caesar 501 from Brandel Cattle Company. We will see them back for our Senior Bull Calf Championship. Third in that class was entry 151, Arda Big Iron 3N from Arda Farms. And fourth in class was entry 149, PF Nix RLP 6N from Peschel Farms. We now welcome back our class winners from the first split of the Senior Bull Calves. First place was entry 148, Wilbar Empire 104N from Wilbar Cattle Company. Second in class was entry 147, Poplar Grove Big River 10N from Poplar Grove Red Angus. So this is your champion, Senior Bull Calf, or pardon me, I'll also reintroduce our second split here. First place was entry 152, DMM Disruption 26N from Nordell Limousine and Angus, as well as Miller Wilson Angus. And second in class was entry 154, BCC Caesar 501 from Brandel Cattle Company. Now, this is your Senior Bull Calf Championship class.
Two really nice bull calves out here in my mind. When you get in behind these two calves, they're super thick over their top, down in their rear quarter. Two easy winners in my mind. That'll be our champion bull calf there in reserve here. Congrats.
So your champion Senior Bull Calf is entry 152, DMM Disruption 26N from Miller Wilson Angus and Nordell Limousine and Angus. And your reserve champion is going to be from that first split, entry 148, Wilbar Empire 104N from Wilbar Cattle Company. We now welcome in our Black Angus Junior, welcome in our Black Angus Junior Yearling Bull, entry 155, Little Valley Intel 99M from Bar 17, Little Valley Livestock. This is our single entry into the Junior Yearling Bull division. So Judge Stewart, your class is complete. Now comments on this class, Judge Brent Stewart.
Another nice yearling bull here. Too bad he didn't have a little competition. Bull that's long-sided, got some good shape to him over his top and down through his rump. Nice yearling bull.
So your champion junior yearling bull is going to be entry 155, Little Valley Intel 99M from Bar 17, Little Valley Livestock. We now move into our intermediate yearling bull division. First in is entry 157, Arda Alberta Maid 204M from Peashel Farms. And next in is entry 158, BCC Enforcement 498 from Brandel Cattle Co. So only the two bulls in this intermediate yearling bull division, and so your class is complete. So now comments on our intermediate yearling bulls, Judge Stewart.
Again, two nice yearling bulls. I find that the bull we're starting with maybe just a little freer moving than our second place bull, but two nice individuals that kind of complement each other.
So your champion intermediate yearling bull is entry 158, BCC Enforcement 498 from Brandel Cattle Company. Second in class reserve champion will be 157, Arda Alberta Maid 204M from Peashel Farms. And now into our senior yearling bull division. First in is entry 159, Shiloh Mr. Refine 77M from Shiloh Cattle Company. Second in the class is entry 160, DMM Last Call 97M from Miller Wilson Angus and Barrow 7 Ranch. And now comments on your senior yearling bull division.
Nice, free, easy moving individual that's going to win this class. A bull that's long-sided, not over-conditioned by any means, but a bull that looks nice and fresh. Second place bull again, maybe just a little tighter in his movement compared to the top bull, but two very nice Angus bulls.
And so your champion senior yearling bulls, entry 160, DMM Last Call 97M from Miller Wilson Angus and Bar 7 Ranch. In second class, and our reserve champion is entry 159, Shiloh Mr. Refine 77M from Shiloh Cattle Company. And now we move in to our 2-year-old division. In first is entry 161, Cowtrax Milwaukee 153L, exhibited by Merritt Cattle Company and Cowtrax Cattle Company. And second in is entry 676, DTA Lawless 14L from Arts and Angus. Comments on our 2-year-old class, Judge Brent Stewart.
Big old boy winning this class, floating around the ring like a calf. A bull with that size and dimension and thickness can travel really well. Second place bull, maybe just not as neat and complete, and maybe not the foot structure on him to beat this bull in first. Nice pair of bulls.
Thank you, Judge Stewart. Your champion 2-year-old bull is entry 161, Cowtrax Milwaukee 153L, exhibited by Merritt Cattle Company and Cowtrax Cattle Company. Second in class is entry 6, and reserve champion will be entry 676, DTA Lawless 14L from Arts and Angus. Also, Black Angus Breeders Herd and Ghetto Sire, please make your way up to the ring as we will be moving into our champion bull class here right away, and we'd like to do that immediately following our champion bull drive. Beginning here. And now into our Black Angus Championship Bull Drive. First in is our champion junior bull calf, entry 137, PF Pit Boss RLP 59N from Peashel Farms. Next up is our intermediate bull calf champion, entry 142, PF Nostalgic RLP 15N from Peashel Farms. Then our champion senior bull calf is entry 152, DMM Disruption 26N from Miller Wilson Angus and Nordahl Limousin and Angus. Then your champion junior yearling bull is entry 155, Little Valley Intel 99M from Bar 17, Little Valley Livestock. Next, your champion intermediate yearling bull is entry 158, BCC Enforcement 498 from Brandel Cattle Company. Then your champion senior yearling bull is entry 160, DMM Last Call 97M from Miller Wilson Angus and Bar 7 Ranch. And then your champion 2-year-old bull, entry 161, Cowtrax Milwaukee 153L from Merritt Cattle Company and Cowtrax Cattle Company. And then your reserve champions. Your reserve champion intermediate bull calf was entry 141, Arda El Tigre 89N from Arda Farms. Your reserve champion senior bull calf was entry 148, Wilbar Empire 104N. Your reserve champion intermediate yearling bull was entry 157, Arda Alberta Maid 204M. And your reserve champion senior yearling bull was entry 159, Shiloh Mr. Refine 77M from Shiloh Cattle Company. And your reserve champion 2-year-old bull is entry 676, DTA Lawless 14L from Artson Angus. This is your Black Angus Bull Championship Drive. Again, these champion banners are, the champion banner is sponsored by Alta Genetics. The reserve championship banner is sponsored by Olds Auction Mart and the Rose Hill Auction Service Limited. Also, while our judge, Brent Stewart, assesses this great group of bulls, we'll mention our Black Angus Premier Breeder and Premier Exhibitor. The Black Angus Premier Breeder for 2025 is going to be Miller Wilson Angus. Your Black Angus Premier Exhibitor is going to be Peashel Farms. And so congratulations to both those groups that brought a lot of cattle out in all of our Black Angus classes. But I believe we're now ready for our final comments here of the day on the Black Angus Grand Championship Bull Drive. Here is Judge Brent Stewart.
There's some awfully good bulls out here. I've got 4 picked that I would take, but it don't work that way. So I'm going to go and use a bull that's thick-topped, good-footed, can walk around the ring quite well. So I'm going to have my champion right here. Congratulations. And the reserve will be this fella here.
So your grand champion and entered into both the Farm Fair and Agribition Supreme is entry 161, Cowtrax Milwaukee 153L, exhibited by Merritt Cattle Company and Cowtrax Cattle Company. Your reserve champion bull is entry 160, DMM Last Call 97N M from Bar 7 Ranch, exhibited from Bar 7 Ranch and Miller Wilson Angus. We'll do a quick breeders herd here, and then we will be all done with our Angus show in record time, I would say. Good job to you, Brent. Right before the Blue Jays game, so fantastic with that. And now we welcome in our Black Angus Breeders herd, just the one entry into this class. It's going to be from Miller Wilson Angus, Dawn and Lee Wilson, and the rest of the family here. So this is your Black Angus Breeders herd, will be our champion. And so for you, Judge Brent Stewart, your class is complete. Congratulations, Team Miller Wilson Angus. You are our Breeders Herd champion. And so I believe that is all she wrote for us today. Thank you again to all of our volunteers, the crew here for DLMS, and all of the committee members up here from the Olds Regional Exhibition have done a great job. Thank you to Renee for the awesome decorations again. Fantastic decorations for Renee Thompson. Also to Buck. Buck has probably been running around all day trying to fix things and has been doing great. Of course, been here for 20 years, and so thank you to Buck. I think that's about all I have left to thank. And we believe we're going to be starting with Herefords and Shorthorns at 9 o'clock tomorrow. So that's when we'll be back on. So for all of you on the internet and everybody here, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the Herefords and the Shorthorns.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and make sure you guys tune back in here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for the Hereford and Shorthorn Show at the Olds Fall Classic 2025 showcase. Thank you, guys, and we will see you tomorrow.